So I had to write a thank you essay in the past, 3 weeks before school ended, and it was 3 people that we wanted to thank and who have changed our lives and made a significant impact. And for mine, I wrote about my mom, my grandma, and granddad. So this was schoolwork, but at the same time, it's getting family work done too. So Merry Christmas. The very wise William Arthur Ward once said, "Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it." And I think he had the right idea. If I was living according to the words of William Arthur Ward, I have enough wrapped presents to be a modern-day Santa Claus. After 15 years on this planet, there have been many people that have done something for me that's worth a pat on the back or a thanks, but very few have earned such a marvelous present that I feel not even the best behaved of children even deserve. Among this select group of special thanks are my mom, grandma, and granddad. The first and nearly foremost person to thank would be my mother dearest. Moms are just one of those people who everyone needs after a bad day at school, a recent breakup, or even for just a hug. Nonetheless, no matter what I needed Mom for, she was always there. I remember back when family situations weren't exactly perfect and things would be rough, even with my mother herself. And no matter what, she would hold me tight in her arms and let me cry until my eyes ran dry. The nights where the pain hurt the most, no matter what age or the reason, all I had to do was climb in Mom's bed and everything would be washed away. Growing up, that meant a lot to me because with 3 siblings, attention from my mother meant the world to us. For her to give us that individual time when we needed it the most made everything better. She has a way of making me feel on top of the world and like life is mine. All I have to do is reach out and grab it. She never fails to make time for me, whether it may be going out to eat with me after school, running errands with her to Meyer every Sunday night, or even just sitting out front watching the snow fall. The time we spend together is like nothing the tongue can tell, because between my mom and I, there is one of those bonds that can't be broken, figured out, or even shaken. I laugh harder, love easier, and see the better in life with my mother. Through the years, I have learned that the relationship we share isn't common among teenagers and their parents anymore, and I cherish every moment with her. Growing up, she's taught me that communication is the single most solid base of relationships, and that it's always better to be honest with people, and because of that, I've had healthy relationships throughout my life. My mommy is my foundation. Without her, I would be nothing I am to this day. For this reason, and every other reason in the world, Mom will always deserve a thank you. Next on the thank you list is Grandma. Grandma is my mom's mom, so it's a no-brainer that to have a daughter like my mother, Grandma must have some magnificent genes. The first thing I think of when I think of my grandmother is how absolutely darling she is. She's one of the most endearing and patient people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. In times of high stress and pressure, Grandma has a calm and understanding heart, not negative energy and irritation. She raised me to treasure everything I had like it was my last, but once I had it, enjoy it like there's no tomorrow. I remember when we were little, and still to this day, a trip to Grandma's is like a trip to Disney. With every trip up there, it would be the same amazing times with something new. She would take us on shopping trips to Toys R Us and give us a $20 spending limit. And this taught me, whether it was consciously or not, to budget my money and make decisions effectively in order to save with every bit until it's gone. But with Grandma, it was never gone. Whether that it was her love, her endless ice cream cones, her selfless hours of time devoted to her grandkids, or even just Grandma herself. My grandma has been and is still to this day a constant in my life. I can look at the stars falling down around me and know still Grandma will always be there. Through the sticky and the sloppy to the simple and savory, Grandma has been with me through everything. I may not tell her everything about my life, but she doesn't have to be told. She just knows. It isn't the bad that she's always there for, but the good too. For every recital, play, shopping trip, she's always been there from the start, always waiting in the crowd with a smile that makes my heart nearly jump out of my chest when I see it. She always keeps me going with her constant jokes and mentality and style of a 29-year-old. I can look to Grandma for advice on life, a story to relate to my situation, and wisdom on nearly anything. Grandma's always one of those people that everyone needs in life, but maybe me more than others. Last but certainly not least is Granddad. My granddad is the model for all men in the world, period.
Yeah! That's a good place to start.
Whoa. I don't believe there's a harder working and more committed man than him. He has worked his entire life to support his wife and children and left big career dreams for a life filled with family in Christ. My granddad ran away with my grandma when he was only 18 and not even graduated, when he had decided he found the love of his life, even at such a young age, and since then he's been going strong and has never looked back. He struggled at first with such a young marriage and only a newlywed wife to support him, but don't doubt that he didn't work harder than anyone ever has to provide a good life for his family. To this day, my granddad works 7 days a week to offer his family all the security he says they deserve. Granddad is not only a family man, but a people man as well. He is as close to a saint as I've ever humanly seen. Granddad has gone to Children's Hospital to feed sick children, renovated a garage for a youth organization, donated time, money, and energy to numerous funds and less fortunate families, and still has time at the end of the day to greet Grandma with a kiss before doing anything for himself. His life is built around God, and it's apparent in his everyday life, as he lives as Jesus did when he was on this earth. I see God's love is cited in the Bible in Granddad's everyday life. His patience is clear when he can handle the most difficult of children, and no matter what, only get mad if they hurt themselves. He may be the single greatest example of unconditional love and understanding in my life, and continues to show that love and understanding with each passing day. Not to mention, Granddad makes the absolute best food possible. Have some mind-blowing, world-famous chocolate chip cookies. Granddad is an honest man, and if I'm ever lucky enough to meet another man as absolutely magnificent and aspiring as him, it would be a 1 in a million chance, because people like him aren't just walking around, they're extremely special. In conclusion, my mom, my grandmom, and my granddad have all changed my life in unbelievable ways. I would not have grown into the young woman I am today without their significant help that they have always given me. I've learned patience through their love, appreciation through their sacrifice, and hard work through their dedication. I have seen their lives from my eyes, and watching them lead their lives as such amazing people and role models has given me enough to take on the world. I believe that no one in the world deserves more of a thank you than these 3 people.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay, wow.
This is your guys' copies.
Thank you.
That was really, really
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
now let's
and she's my daughter.
break.
Uh,